Can you feel that familiar, unsettling tremor, Leafs Nation? That creeping sense of déjà vu, just as we dared to hope for a stable future between pipes? Because right now, the very foundation of the Toronto Maple Leafs goaltending strategy is once again being rattled by a rumor so baffling, so utterly perplexing, it threatens to plunge us back into the chaotic carousel we thought we'd finally escaped. Have we truly learned nothing from the tumultuous seasons past? Are we, the most passionate and long-suffering fanbase in hockey, condemned to repeat the same bewildering patterns, chasing fleeting shadows when we should be meticulously building a fortress? If the latest whispers hold any truth, the Toronto Maple Leafs are once again flirting with a decision that could not only undermine their carefully constructed plans, but leave every single one of us shaking our heads in exasperation, wondering if logic has simply abandoned the front office. Welcome back to the channel, where we refuse to shy away from the tough questions and fearlessly dissect the moves that define our beloved Maple Leafs. Today, we're diving headfirst into a story that has the potential to inject an entirely unnecessary dose of drama into what should be a period of laser-focused preparation. The season is on the horizon, the puck is about to drop, and yet the Leafs find themselves inexplicably linked to a player who, frankly, makes little to no sense for their current goaltending landscape. We're talking about the alleged interest in Boston Bruins netminder Michael DiPietro, a pursuit that, if real, could unravel the fragile stability Toronto has painstakingly tried to establish. This isn't merely about adding another body, it's about the very philosophy of team building, the sacred development of young talent, and the urgent, desperate need for certainty as the quest for the Stanley Cup begins anew. Let's meticulously set the stage, because understanding the current goaltending picture is absolutely crucial to grasping the sheer, head-scratching nature of this latest rumor. The Toronto Maple Leafs are indeed heading into the 2025-26 season with a significant, albeit carefully managed, question mark between the pipes. While the recent 4-year extension for Anthony Stolarz provided a much-needed anchor, solidifying him as the presumed 1A, the news of Joseph Woll's indefinite absence due to personal reasons cast a long, unsettling shadow. While a promising young talent was widely expected to be a key part of the tandem, and his unavailability created an immediate void that needed to be addressed with precision and foresight, not with impulsive, reactive maneuvers. In response to Woll's unfortunate situation, the Leafs made what appeared to be a calculated, intelligent move, claiming Cayden Primeau via waivers. This acquisition was widely lauded as a smart, low-risk play, bringing in a young goaltender with legitimate NHL experience and a high pedigree, ready to step into a backup role and potentially push Stolarz. Primeau, at 25, offers a blend of youth and experience, having shown flashes of brilliance in Montreal and possessing the raw tools to succeed. Alongside Primeau, the organization has Dennis Hildeby, a towering Swedish prospect who has been patiently developing in the system, waiting for his opportunity to prove he belongs at the highest level. With Stolarz, Primeau, and Hildeby, the goaltending depth chart, while not without its inherent challenges, appear to be taking shape. Stolarz, a proven commodity under coach Craig Berube's system, offered a reliable, battle-tested presence. Primeau, a fresh face with potential, provided immediate competition and a crucial safety net. And Hildeby, the homegrown talent, represented the tantalizing future, a long-term investment. It was a structure that, on paper, offered a sensible blend of experience, potential, and a clear, albeit challenging, path forward. The subsequent release of James Reimer from his PTO further cemented this vision, signaling that the team had its core group and was ready to move forward. But then, like a rogue puck bouncing off the boards and into the stands, a new report emerged, courtesy of James Murphy of Boston Hockey Now. Murphy dropped a bombshell, stating that the Maple Leafs, along with the Flames and Hurricanes, have already shown commercial interest in Michael DiPietro, the Boston Bruins goaltender. This isn't just idle speculation. Murphy went on to quote coaches who believe that teams in need of backups would love to sign him via waivers because they see him as a potential 1B, not just a mere backup. DiPietro, a former third-round pick, has spent the majority of his professional career in the AHL, with only a handful of NHL appearances. While he's shown flashes of brilliance in the minors, his NHL track record is undeniably thin. On the surface, the idea of adding a goalie with 1B potential might sound appealing, a move to further bolster depth. But when you peel back the layers and meticulously examine the Leaf-specific situation, this alleged interest in DiPietro doesn't just seem puzzling, it feels downright counterproductive, a potential misstep that could destabilize the very foundation they've just laid. It's a move that begs the question, are we truly seeing the forest for the trees, or are we once again succumbing to the allure of the shiny new object? Let's break down precisely why this alleged pursuit of Michael DiPietro is not just a head-scratcher, but a genuine cause for concern for any fan who craves stability, logical decision-making, and a clear vision for the future. First and foremost, the Leafs have just acquired Cayden Primeau. This wasn't a casual signing. It was a waiver claim, a deliberate, strategic move to bring in a specific type of goaltender to fill a specific, immediate need. Primeau is young, has NHL experience, and was brought in to complement Stolarz and provide a reliable option. To immediately pivot and pursue another goaltender of a similar profile like DiPietro would be to essentially double down on a position that already has a newly established pecking order. What message does that send to Primeau, who has just arrived and is looking to establish himself? It creates unnecessary friction, an internal competition that, while healthy in some contexts, feels redundant and potentially disruptive here. It suggests a lack of confidence in the very player they just committed to. Furthermore, adding DiPietro would consume valuable cap space. In the tight-fisted, unforgiving world of the NHL salary cap, every single dollar counts. To allocate precious resources to another goaltender without a clear, undeniable upgrade is a luxury the Leafs simply cannot afford, especially when they have other roster needs that could genuinely benefit from that financial flexibility, perhaps a depth forward who can kill penalties or a reliable seventh defenseman. Is DiPietro a significant, tangible improvement over Primeau? His NHL experience is limited, and while coaches may see 1B potential, that potential is largely unproven at the highest level. For a team aiming for immediate contention, making a risky bet on a goaltender with minimal NHL track record is a gamble that carries far too much downside. It's a roll of the dice when what's desperately needed is a steady hand, a calculated certainty. And what about Dennis Hildeby? The young Swede is a legitimate prospect, a player the organization has invested significant time and resources in, and whose development is absolutely crucial for the long-term health of the goaltending pipeline. If DiPietro were to be brought in, it would inevitably push Hildeby further down the depth chart, potentially limiting his opportunities for NHL minutes, or even a clear path to the show. You don't develop future starters by constantly bringing in stopgap solutions that block their progress. It's a risk to Hildeby's development, a risk to the future of the Leafs goaltending, and a short-sighted approach that prioritizes perceived immediate depth over genuine long-term growth. This isn't just about the present. It's about the delicate, intricate balance between immediate needs and a robust, sustainable long-term vision. Consider the broader context. Coach Craig Berube, he's a no-nonsense, results-oriented coach who values structure, reliability, and accountability above all else. Anthony Stolarz, the presumed 1A, is already proven within Berube's system, having played for him previously. This familiarity is a significant asset, providing a bedrock of certainty and a clear understanding of expectations. Introducing another new goaltender, especially one with limited NHL experience and an uncertain fit, would create unnecessary friction and potentially disrupt the chemistry and trust that Berube is trying to cultivate. In October, as the season kicks off, a team needs certainty, not experiments. The situation with Joseph Woll already represents a significant, unavoidable instability. To willingly introduce more instability through a questionable acquisition is a baffling strategic choice. A season isn't won in October, that much is true, but crucial ground can be lost. Early season struggles, particularly in net, can snowball, eroding confidence, fracturing team morale, and creating a hole that's incredibly difficult to climb out of. The Leafs need to hit the ground running, and that requires a clear, stable goaltending plan. The Stallars Primeau Hildeby structure, while not perfect, offered that clarity. It provided a veteran presence, a capable backup, and a promising prospect. To disrupt this with an unproven commodity like DiPietro, especially after just making a move for Primeau, feels like a step backward, a move born of panic rather than strategic foresight. So, what's the undeniable takeaway here, Leafs Nation? The alleged interest in Michael DiPietro is a perplexing development that raises serious questions about the team's goaltending strategy. It risks destabilizing a newly formed tandem, hindering the crucial development of promising young goalies, and consuming valuable cap space without a clear, undeniable improvement. The Leafs need certainty and stability, not more experiments, especially with Joseph Woll out indefinitely. It's time for focus, for unwavering commitment to the plan that was just put in place, and for a clear vision that prioritizes long-term success over short-term, questionable gambles. The path to the Stanley Cup is paved with smart, consistent decisions, not with a constant rotation of unproven options. What are your thoughts on this latest, bewildering rumor? Does the idea of pursuing DiPietro make any sense to you, or are you as frustrated as we are by the potential for unnecessary drama? Let us know in the comments below. Your passion and insights are what make this community thrive. And if you found this report insightful and thought-provoking, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive analysis and hard-hitting commentary. We're here to keep you informed and engaged every step of the way as our beloved Leafs navigate the highs and lows of another season. Let's keep this vital conversation going.